For I do not understand my own actions. For I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I hate. Romans 7:15.
You wake up, pour that first cup of coffee, and realize you are already completely exhausted before the day has even started. You have every intention of obeying God, staying productive, and being there for your family. Yet your physical body feels like it's lagging behind your spirit, unable to keep up with the demands you've placed on it. When that gap between our goals and our energy widens, we tend to label the fatigue as laziness. We tell ourselves that a better person or a stronger believer wouldn't feel this heavy. The Apostle Paul described this exact internal friction. He wrote about the agony of wanting to do good while feeling a physical pull in the opposite direction, a fiercely dedicated soul tethered to a body that has reached its limit. If you're in that place today, take a deep breath. Drop your shoulders. You are currently navigating a struggle that has affected every person of faith throughout history. This overwhelming fatigue suggests that your current way of living has exceeded your design capacity. To find relief, we have to look at the specific weights currently pulling on your reserves. Real exhaustion is rarely the result of one bad night. It is the cumulative effect of several unseen, compounding drains on your daily capacity. We often ignore the physical requirements of our biology. Chronic lack of sleep and a calendar that never allows for a margin will eventually force the body to shut down, regardless of our willpower. Mental and emotional burdens carry their own mass. Worrying about the future or holding on to old hurts consumes an immense amount of internal energy, which eventually translates into a physical weight on your chest. There is also the cost of constant output. If you are always serving and giving to others without ever pausing to be replenished, you will eventually run dry. We also lose energy when we chase expectations that aren't ours to carry, striving to meet a standard of success or busyness defined by the world, rather than the peace promised in Scripture. This directional friction leaves the soul feeling misaligned and depleted. Finally, we must account for the spiritual landscape. Often, the enemy uses a heavy, persistent mental fog to discourage us, making the simplest tasks feel like climbing a mountain. When you add all these factors together, it becomes clear why you feel crushed. We are finite beings, and we were never built to endure this many simultaneous pressures on our own. This exhaustion reveals a deeper reality. When we try to manage every drain and fight every battle through sheer grit, we are operating under the assumption that we are the sole source of our own strength. Human power has an expiration point by design. Hitting the absolute limit of your endurance serves as a reminder that you were created to be sustained by something outside of yourself. Reaching the end of your own energy is the starting point for a different kind of strength. It is the moment where you can finally stop striving and allow God to carry the weight you were never meant to lift. Practically, shifting from an empty tank to true refreshment requires a change in how we approach our daily burdens. That change starts with radical honesty. Instead of trying to sound put together, tell God exactly how frustrated and overwhelmed you feel. He already knows the state of your heart. He is waiting for you to acknowledge it. Choosing to stop and rest is a declaration of trust. It acknowledges that the world continues to turn even when your calendar is empty. You have permission to say no to commitments that drain you. Boundaries reclaim your peace from outside expectations. Recovery happens in small steps. Rather than trying to overhaul your entire life by morning, feed your spirit gently. Listen to one worship song or meditate on a single verse during your break. These small shifts build a resilience that doesn't rely on your own effort. They create the space necessary for grace to sustain you through the long seasons. The promise in 2 Corinthians reminds us that God's grace is sufficient, and His power is made perfect in the moments we are weakest. You may be tired, but that does not mean you are defeated. God is present in the quiet, heavy mornings just as much as He is in the moments of high energy. Keep going, taking only the step that is right in front of you. Refreshment often arrives precisely when we stop trying to earn it. Guard your peace today. Let go of the need to be self-sufficient and find your rest in the strength that never runs dry.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.